Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to RFS Gaming. This is going to be our second Let's Play that I'm going to record intermittently throughout the week as well. And I'd like to welcome you to the Horsch Aggravations map in Chechnya. I have been fortunate to actually have been to this farm with Michael and Philip Horsch, the owners, and got to see all of their equipment and how they do things and everything like that. So I think I have some pretty good insight as to what they're doing and how they're doing it, and I'm going to try and replicate trying to replicate this, excuse me, through this Let's Play. So I'm here as a helper, basically. So Michael and Philip are really busy with new engineering at Horsch. So Michael is in Brazil, getting a new gantry planter running down there, and both of his sons are heavily involved with the company, and one of them actually is in North America here, running the Horsch factory out of the states. So they've asked me to come over here and sort of manage the farm for them and get harvest done this year, crop planted next year, harvested, and then so basically 2.5 to 3 years worth of work over here, and then they're going to reevaluate and see where things are at. So this is what the map looks like. Um, we're using their bank balance. This is not mine. I have to run all decisions through Michael and Philip, via text message or phone call or whatever as to what we want to do. But we have pretty new equipment, so we should be good to go there with that. But basically, we own everything that's on this map. The only field that actually isn't being used by us is field number 6. And I'll show you when we get over to the farm here. But actual real life, there's actually a dairy farm on this field number 2 right here. So I've actually got a dairy farm put into there. So that grass and some of the corn down here in 16, we will sell to them to use as feed for their cows. But let's hop in the car here. We'll scoot over to the home farm and show you a little bit around. Show you the equipment that we've got access to, and we're not going to start farming this episode, but the first thing of episode 2 will be harvesting wheat, oats, and everything else that we've got. And we can't go that way. Sorry, we're actually going back to here. All right, so here is the Horsch Aggravation Farm. We'll kind of park right here in the parking spots. So this, in real life, is actually the main office where all the employees have their office space and do all their agronomy and stuff like that. Across the way is another little bit of showroom that they would normally have set up with some equipment and stuff in. And then we get running out the back here. And this is sort of the main area. So they park all their transport trucks down the middle. We've got all this storage space down the side here. This is the wash bay. And right now we've got a John Deere 410R and a Horsch Avatar with the mini drill on the front of it. And we'll be using that to do some cover crop as well as plant our wheat for next year's crop. Power washer. Then we come down to the right, and this is one of the shop spaces down here. So main shop right now, we've got the Maestro corn planter sitting in here getting some work done to it for next year. They have a large Volvo payloader that they use around the farm for pallet work and things like that, so we've got it in here. And this spot here is actually our fertilizer depot, and the Horsch sprayer is currently being done, had some work done at the actual Horsch facility where they build them, and we'll be getting shipped back here probably towards the middle of winter. We don't need it right at this very moment. So that'll be that. And then we've got some more storage space down the side. We've got 3 man trucks. One is on a manure tanker, and again, we're taking manure from the local dairy. We're also taking manure from or digestate from one of the local BGAs. We then have two other mans that are on our main dump trailers that we'll be using for hauling grain and some sugar beets. And then we get over to some of our main spots here. So we already saw the 410. In here, we've got a 7R 350, and all these get used for different jobs. But currently, right now, it's got the Kuhn 40.2 spreader on the back. They have a Kloss 610, and it is on row crops that they're doing a lot of their weeding and transformer intercrop row crop cultivating. And the same with this 250 6R. It's on row crops as well, and it'll be doing the same jobs. They won't get many hours now that it's coming into fall, but through the summertime, they will be very busy. Then we come out and down this main side here, this is where a lot of the big stuff is put. They just bought a brand new 728 Fendt. It will be doing odd jobs around the farm. It currently has a Horsch Tiger on it, 8-meter Horsch Tiger. Will not be pulling that. One of the bigger tractors will be doing that, but to get it over here, set up, ready to go, this is what we had for that. There's another 8-meter Horsch Tiger here on another 250 6R. The Horsch Titan grain buggy is on a 936 Fendt. We have a Geringhoff corn head. We've got two MacDon Draper heads and two Kloss 8800s. And that's fairly close to what they're actually running in real life over there. They're actually running Convios, but we don't have a 40-foot Convio in the game yet, so I went with the MacDons in place of that. But that will be doing most of our harvesting for this fall. We've got more storage space back and along here, and actually this is in real life where a lot of their prototypes and things that they've done one-offs with are actually sitting, and sometimes they'll use them, sometimes they won't. But for right now, we've got it empty. I'm sure we'll find something to fill it up, transport trucks over the winter or whatever. And then our big equipment is all along the back here. And they're running two big 1050 Fendts. They've got 40-foot Horsch Jokers behind them. And that does all of the spring work, seed prep work, that sort of thing for fall and spring. They've got a Dalblo roller, and it's a 24-meter. And if you've noticed, everything here is as close to 40-foot trams as possible. The only thing that is not is the Tigers, and they're running, in real life, it would be a 6-meter Tiger, but we've got 8s here. But they're running 6-meter, 12-meter, or 24-meter pieces of equipment here to try and keep the tram lines set as consistent as possible. They do have a Dalblo roller there, but it's actually red. I don't know if it was a partnership they did or whatever, but that's pretty close other than the color. We have a Cultro, which is a mulching unit that they run over rape or canola. So that'll be getting used here yet this fall before we do some tillage work. We've got a transformer interrow cultivator for anything that's getting row crop planted this year. And then we've also got a massive Cura tine weeder, 24-meter that we'll be using. So the theory behind Horsch is they want to try and do as much as they possibly can naturally. And they do have a sprayer, but it's not always used for herbicides. It's actually can be used for more organic supplements and some stuff like that. So when we're actually spraying fertilizer, if that's what we end up doing, in real life, it's actually not a liquid fertilizer. It's actually just a organic supplement that they're using through that, whether it's algae or something along those other lines there. So anyways, that's the main farm. Lots of equipment to work with here, big equipment. There's big fields that we need to play with, so that's going to be perfect for that. Our big fuel store is here. It holds 15,000 liters at a time. And then over to sort of the south here is where the dairy farm and our elevator and some other stuff is. So I'm going to hop into the car again. We'll scoot over that way and check things out. And then There's one last surprise before the end of the video that I'll show you, and it's something new and something that I'm not sure would ever show up on the Horsch farm in real life, but thought that it might be something neat to show and see if it would work and fit into this tram system that they're trying to do here to keep the controlled traffic and compaction limited as much as possible. So we'll head over here, scoot out to the right. There's a gate through here, and this is the dairy farm that I was telling you about. We do not own this piece of property. This is somebody else's land, but we supply all the feed for them. So they've got, I believe it's 250 cows, 150 heifers, and about 50 calves, if I remember correctly. So total 400, so that's about right. And then this is the Gia barn. So it's an automated feeding system. We have to keep minerals, hay, straw, and silage in stock here. And as long as we keep these hoppers topped up, they will automatically feed the cows. There's two massive lagoons over here for liquid manure storage. And again, that's where we're getting a lot of our natural fertilizers from to be able to be as organic as we possibly can on this farm. And we will try and use that as much as we possibly can. And then we'll hop back in the car and we'll head over to our elevator. Actually, I'll scoot down the side here first. Sorry. So this is their big drive shed, office space. They've got a telehandler, JCB, and this new 828 vent on the dump wagon. And then as we get straw and everything off, we'll be filling this barn with bales and things like that to be able to keep this barn afloat for their feed. So if we come out to the main road, we're going to turn left again here. And this is our elevator system here that we have. So we're able to use the overhead for dumping out. And I believe the bill is going to be around here on the back side right there. So that's our elevator system. We'll be able to store all of our crops in that area. So yeah, so what we've got to deal with first will be we've got wheat up in the top left at field 7. We've got canola just south of there in field 5 and field 8. We have canola over in field 3. We have wheat in field 10. And then we have oats over here right behind the elevator in field 1. And I've actually got our surprise sitting over here. Horsch is a very innovative company. Currently, none of their implements are being used on this new platform, but they are a supporter of Geringhoff and some of the other companies that are working with this. So they've offered Nexat the chance to come in, and they are going to run with us this fall harvest on some of our crops. We'll start with the grain crops and just see where it goes from there, whether we carry on into some corn or not. But this thing is a monster, and it doesn't quite match what we're trying to do with our 40-foot or 12-meter controlled traffic. It's on 50, but at the same point, the idea of this machine is controlled traffic with the way that it's set up. These tires are always running down the same set of lines in a field year after year after year. So quite looking forward to giving this a shot, seeing what it's actually going to work for us or not, and report back to Michael and Philip and see what they think of it. So that's sort of the quick overview breakdown of what we've got here on the farm. Get turned around here and back up. Back up to the main office for a minute, but we'll go down through through town. Something else that we are actually doing as well is we have one field of sugar beets, and we are not owners of the harvesting equipment to do that. So we have a contractor that will be doing that. I'll run you over to the shop. They've got some of their equipment actually just sitting over there. It's got some new stuff. So there's a Ropa Tiger sitting there. So they'll be doing the harvest for us. We'll be trucking and our own marketing for that. And then there's a self-propelled forage harvester that will be custom again for the dairy farm. We don't own any of that ourselves, but we will be using our trailers. So here's what we've got there. So there's the Ropa. We've got the John Deere 9900i with a massive camper head on the front of it. So they'll be doing corn silage for us. And then as well, we do not do any of our own liquid manure spreading. So the contractor that we hire, they've got a 1050 with a massive 4-axle Garant tanker, and then a 24-meter wide dribble bar. So again, we're running controlled traffic with this whole thing. So they will custom spread all of our manure. We'll use the transport truck that we own with the nurse tank and feed it to them. But we will try and get as much manure put down onto our ground as possible to supply all the nutrients that we need to. So anyways, this is the secondary Let's Play that'll be running on the channel. I'll probably run Frankenmoose Saturday through Wednesday, and then maybe this on Thursday and Friday, or we'll maybe go every other day once we get sort of moving along here. But a little bit of difference from the American farms to the farm here in Czechia, Germany. The European farms are such different ways of thinking, and I love them. But we'll have a little bit of a comparison between what it's like running a North American farm versus a European farm. So I hope everyone is looking forward to this as much as I am. If there's any suggestions once you see this video, some things that you'd like to see, definitely would appreciate it. Again, with this video, we will try and do as many subscriber contracts to sell our product as possible. It's one of the things in this area is soybeans is a very new product to everything. And based on the amount of soybeans we have sitting here, we are going to have to market our own soybeans out of country. So hopefully we can do that. And hopefully there's enough people with the subscriber contracts that are going to want to do that. So yeah, with that, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one.